What have you been doing past this monotonous lockdown? I've just been making some new code. I'm trying to design some new games, and what I've decided today is that I'll teach you how to make a really interesting Flappy Bird game. So I'll show you how our Flappy Bird game looks like after we finish developing it. As you can see, I press the space arrow, the space key, and we're headed into our game. And whenever I press my space key, our B it moves up, and when we don't, or when we release our space key because of gravity, our B it comes back down. And just as we crash into our obstacles, there is an end state. So the end state comes and the ending slide comes, which tells us that we've lost. And if we want to restart our game, we can just press space. So I'll do so and show you. I've pressed space and here is my V and we're back into our game. So let's go ahead and try and make this program. I'll open a new tab, go in my code.org, game lab, and now you'll see our developing space in which we'll develop our code. I'll just drag the create sprite function. I'll give it a position of 30 and 200. I'll give the computer the draw sprites function, which tells our computer to draw anything, any sprites which we which we make. Now I'll give it a new animation. You can do anything of your taste, but I'll choose this little fly, which is flying over here. And I'll set the back, I'll just change the fly, and I'll set the background as white. I'll just make it bigger so you can see. And you can see that our bee is traveling, but it's facing the wrong side of our game. So all we need to do to make this fly face the other way, the other side, is that we'll go to the animation tab, and where we control our fly or we make our animation, you can see that there is a flip vertically button. So now all we need to do is just click the button and you'll see that our animation is turned the other way. So as you can see that our B once, because there are two costumes and we've only made the change to one costume, so our B it faces one side then another. So now all we need to do is go into the second animation and just do the same, flip vertically. If you like, you can change the color of our animation. You can choose any color, as I told you, of your taste. And oops, just a sec, I'll use the bucket tool. It's easier and it's quicker. I just made them like that, and you can also change the color of the main costume. So that's what I've done, and I'll do the same for the other costume. There we go. Now let's run it, and we'll see that our B it's facing the right direction, and we've changed the colors to our taste. Now let's set a background for our game, for our program. So we'll make another new sprite. A new sprite, you can name it anything, but I'm naming it background with not the exact spelling of background, because it's going to give us an error saying that background is already defined. So I'll give it an animation, set animation, and let's make another background or another sprite, another animation. You can do anything, you can take anything, but I'll just be taking the pine trees. So I'll give the animation for that as well. and you can see that our B it's not visible and only our background is visible. That's because of something called depth. Depth is the opacity of our sprite of our animation. So whatever we make after, so for example, in this case we've made the background after our B, so that means that our background it has more depth, which means that our background will be overlapping our B. So now all we have to do to fix this problem is that we'll drag that to the very top, and now you'll see our bird or our bee is displayed. And I'll just make it a little forward because it's a little too back to the left. I'll just give it a position of 50. Yeah. Now what we should do is that we should have the obstacles. So I'll drag in two more sprites. I'll name this one obstacle up, and I'll name this one obstacle down. Over here you can give a position, so I'll just give it a position of 170 and 200. I'll give this, oh sorry, no, 170, 370, and I'll give this a position of 30. Let's try and run it, and you'll see that these are the two sprites. We'll just move them to the a little to the top, and we'll just make these 200 instead. Okay, so 370 and 30. Now you'll see that our sprites they're displayed over here. Now I'll just give them an animation. I'll drag it 2 times because there are 2 sprites of it. So, oops, obstacle up, obstacle down, and let's select the animations. So you can do anything as I told you, and I'll just be choosing the spikes. Okay, so one is spike bottom and one is spike top. I'll go back to my code and choose the spike top. Oops, sorry, the other way around. This is spike bottom and this is spike top. You can see that I've chosen the wrong animation. I'll just make these upside down. Spike top and oops, not pine tree, spike bottom. Yeah. And to make these bigger, all we need to do is we need to increase the scale of our animation. So I'll just drag that 2 times 2. Oops. Because the set animation of any, the set scale, sorry, of any animation is 1, I'll just make this 1.7, and this, I'll make this 1.72 because we want the same size only. So you can see that our spikes, they're a bit bigger. So now what we want is that our spikes, they should start outside our screen and slowly come into our screen with a velocity x, which gives us an illusion that our B only is moving. So I'll just increase the x, the x position to 430. Same with this, and give it an x velocity. Obstacle up has an x velocity of -4. They have a velocity of -4. both of them should have the same velocity, and now you'll see that they're coming running towards us. And now what we need to do is that we need to give our B characteristics of movement. So what we'll do is that if we'll write an if condition stating that if we press our space key, our B, it should have a y velocity, or else it should have a gravity. So that means it should have a y velocity which tells it to come down towards us. So now what we will do is, oops, sorry, what's this? I'll just drag that to the ready button. So now what we'll do is that we will, just a second, sorry. What we'll do is that we'll use an if condition, which is, so we'll just drag it here. If we key down, so if we press our space key, then our B should have a velocity y, a burst of velocity y. So I'll drag that here, and I'll write B dot velocity y equals B dot velocity y plus 1. Oops, it's 11, sorry. 1. Else, I'll just click the space. I'll just show you again the addition sign over here. I'll just click it, and else our B, it has no, or it has gravity. So I'll write B dot velocity y equals B dot velocity y minus 0.2. Oh, sorry, this is the wrong spelling. So now you'll see that our B is working. So whenever I press the space key on my B, it works. So now what I'll do, oh sorry, because in our game, if we press a space key, our B should travel up. The opposite thing was happening. If we press the space key, our B was coming down, and otherwise our B was traveling upwards. So what I'll do is that I'll just swap them around. I'll just write B dot velocity y minus, oops, sorry, minus 1, and I'll make this a plus. B dot velocity y equals 0.2. I'll show you now our game, it's working. And now let's add some rotation to it, which makes our game look a little bit more catchy. So to do that, we just need to you just need to drag and drop this rotation sprite or rotation function into our both sides of our if. So I'll just do that. And I'll write if key down space, then our B, it should have a rotation of 20. Else our B should have a rotation of minus 20, which makes it look like our B is falling downwards, which it kind of is. And as you can see, our game, whenever I press space, our space key, when I press my space key, my B, it's traveling, like it rotates the other way. So I'll just need to write minus 20 over here and 20 over here. Yep, now you'll see that my game, it's working. And that's our movement done. So now what we need to do is that we need to reset, we need to make the resetting of our obstacle. So as you can see, if our obstacle goes back, it doesn't come back. It doesn't come back to the, to the start of the canvas or start of the screen. So we'll use an if condition for that. If our our obstacle up is, if our obstacle up it's less than minus 30, which is out of the screen, then our obstacle, it should reset back to its original position, which was let me just see, which was 430. So I'll go into the variables, just have an equals to sign and write sprite.x. So so obstacle up.x equals 430. So I'll just show you. Now we saw that our our obstacle, it just went there and didn't come back. That is because obstacle up is less than minus 30. So this means minus 30 is more than obstacle up. So what we need to do to fix the problem is that we just need to add obstacle up.x, because our computer doesn't know what should be more or what should be less than minus 30. Now let's run a program, and you'll see that our obstacle, it will go out of the screen and then come back. It will reset. So let's do the same for our obstacle down. So another if condition, if obstacle down dot x, I'll just drag the less than sign. I'll just do it again. If our obstacle down dot x is less than minus 30, our obstacle down dot x equals 430. And now you see that both of our obstacles will reset. So now let's add the game states. So at the really starting, of course, our game state should be served. So let's just write that. Game state equals serve. Yep. And over here, I'll add an if condition stating that if our game state is serve, then in our previous game, I'll just show you just a second, that in our previous game there was a black screen. Let me show you the project URL, just a second, bear with me. So, in this previous game, there was this press space to start in our black screen, which indicated our player that we have to press space to start our game. So for that, what we'll do is that we'll use this game state equals serve if condition to make this possible. So I will write, if our game state equals serve, then the background sprite, it's not visible. uh, background dot visible equals false, and our background color should be black, and the press space to start should be displayed. So first of all, I'll just give the stroke of our pen or of our writing, which is white, the size of our writing, which we can select from our text size. I'll give it a size of 18, and I'll make a string appear in the game state equals serve if condition. So what we'll write is we'll write press space to start at the position 120 and 200. So now we will see at the start the press space to start is appearing, but on the side of it these obstacles the obstacles they're visible, and it fell down. So to fix this problem, all we need to do is make them invisible. So we can do that with our sprite.visible function. I'll just drag this 3 times because there are 3 sprites which we want to make invisible. Just a sec. Drag it 1, 2, and 3. Our b.visible equals false. Our obstacle up.visible equals false, and our obstacle down.visible equals false. I'll just drag that out of it. And now I'll show you, I'll run my program. Now you'll see that only press space to start is appearing. Now we will add another if condition which will state if the game state serve and we press the space key. This will mark the change of the game state, so that we can proceed into playing our game. If game state equals serve and key down space. Okay, so now we can code into this if condition. So now what we'll write is that first of all our game state, it changes to play state. So I'll just drag it in. Game state equals play state, and we want our sprites to be, all of them, to be visible. So I'll drag the sprite.visibles 4 times because one is the background, one is the B, one is the obstacle up, and one is the obstacle down. So I'll just make them more visible with true b.visible equals true. Our obstacle up.visible equals true, and our obstacle down.visible equals true. So I'll show you the program. I'll now press space, and you'll see that all of our sprites are visible, but the only thing is that our B, it's not visible because when our game state was in serve, our B had already moved down. So to fix this problem, first of all, our B it was moving down because we had already gave it a if condition which stated that if we press space, then our B has a y velocity, else it moves down due to gravity. So that's a global function. So because it's in the whole function draw, so now all we need to do to make it local is that we need to make drag it into our play state if condition, which we'll make right now. So I'll make another if condition. If game state equals play state, first of all this, and I'll just run the program for you, and now you'll see that all of these are visible. And but there is one flaw in it right now, that when I run it, our obstacle, they seem right in the middle of our game, right in the middle of the canvas. So to fix this problem, I'll just drag these in the if game state equals play state if function if loop. Now I'll run the program for you, and now you'll see that again it's back to square one. Not to square one, but like it's working perfectly when we press space. So now what we need to add is that if our B it touches the obstacle the obstacle up or obstacle down, or it collides or it touches with our the up the up edge and the down edge. So for that, we'll just first drag in the create edges right function at the really top, and we'll add an if condition in our game state equals play state if loop. So we'll go to control, and over here I'll write if our B dot is touching obstacle up, or B dot is touching obstacle down, or our B dot is touching oh no, so I just accidentally clicked it, and that's why it's already decided. So for this I'll just convert the mode into our text mode, and I'll just edit it. So our B it's touching the top edge, or our B dot is touching bottom edge. But don't worry, we won't have to use this text mode right now, so don't worry. You can just do this in blocks. So the condition is made, and now all we need to do is that we need to switch our game into end state if this happens. So I'll just drag the variable in game state equals to end state, and a sound, it would be nice if a sound is released. So you can do anything of your taste. You know, you can do any of these. So I'll just choose this one, choose, and I'll run it, and I'll crash it. But we haven't coded anything for our end state. That's why the computer doesn't know what's happening and it's malfunctioning. So I'll just release this for now, and I'll show you that our game crashes, and there is a slight there's a slight sound which you guys might not be able to hear. If you can hear, just write it down in the comments. And that's that done, and I'll just drag that function back in. And now we need to tell the computer what happens if our game state it turns to end state. And just before that, I'll drag these two if conditions into our play state loop. I mean, in our if loop, sorry. And now we'll make another if condition outside of our if game state equals play state loop, and over here write if game state equals end state. And right here, what I'll do is that I'll make the black screen reappear over here. So I'll just make the background not invisible. For that, I'll just go into the sprite.visible section. I'll write bck ground background.visible equals false, and I'll just drag that 3 more times because there are 3 more sprites which we need to make invisible. b.visible equals false. Our obstacle obstacle up.visible equals false, and obstacle down dot visible equals to false. Okay, so now I'll just show my program, but just before that, I'll add the background black. And I'll just make the text appear so it's all in one. Text. There will be 2 texts which we will have to display because because we want to make the you lost be displayed, and press space to restart to be displayed as well. So text press space to restart. I'll give that a position of 100, and that's 150. So I'll just run it, and I'll make our game end state, and you'll see that there was a little sound displayed, and there was a little time which our white screen, our end state screen, it appeared, and then suddenly it disappeared and a white screen was visible, like this one right here. That is because over here we've coded our background white, so I'll just remove that. And now I'll run the program, and when it crashes, our press space to restart is displayed, and our U lost is here too. So now what we need is that we need to make our game restart when our it crashes. When we press the space key within our end state, or right now. So we need another if condition for that. If we'll go to control and if just a sec. There is a mistake right here because we have coded the end state thing inside, inside our play state. So I'll just drag that out over here. And now we'll make another if condition and write if game state equals to end state and key down space double quotes. So now we'll change the game state again to play state. Okay. Inside the if statement, if game state equals to play state, if our game state equals to end state and then we press the space key, our game state should turn into play state. All our sprites should be visible, so I'll just do that with the visible sign 4 times. bck ground dot visible equals true. Our b dot visible equals true. Our obstacle up dot visible equals true. Our obstacle down dot visible equals true. So now I'll run it and you'll see that my game is working perfectly. And I'll just crash it, and now we'll see press space to restart. It's displayed over here, and I'll just press space and you'll see that our screen is back to normal, but the only thing is our B, it was not visible to us and it suddenly turned to place to end state because it most likely crashed. Our B crashed to our obstacle. So I'll just reset the position, the X and Y of the B, which was 50 and 200. So the X was 50. And our Y was 200. We don't necessarily need the X because it's not changing anyway, but I've done just for show. So you can change the B to your taste. I think it's a little bit too big for some people, and but this suits me, so I'll just press space again, and now you'll see that our game is back to normal. So I think that's all we need to do in our game. So let me just check what we did in this game. Yeah, it was just like this. And if you want me to, make some more videos and you want to know, you have something, any question about this tutorial, you can just write it down in the comment section. So that's all for today, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.